Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
Bob and I are amateur competitors in DanceSport, and this is where we come on every Tuesday night. We have a private lesson with Stephanie, and then we stay for the group class. We're going to Baltimore to the National Amateur Competition at the end of the month, so that's what we're really keying up for. This past year, we made a commitment. We said, let's just really work hard on it and see what we can do. And our goal was to make it to the Nationals. And so we're going. We've been taking a lot of lessons every week and working very hard at it. And it's something we enjoy doing.
Reverse and on 1, 2, good. Now just the hips, using the oblique, squeeze every time.
I train mostly competitors, and I compete professionally. And that's pretty much my goal and my focus. I tried to design it in a way that I studied modern and ballet, so I wanted my school to be a little bit different in that way, because in ballroom you kind of take your private lessons and you don't get to have that training like you do in a ballet class. So I tried to kind of design it like a training class where we work on the fundamentals and the basics and that kind of thing.
You're gonna flower out this way, ladies, so up. Turn a little bit. See, if you're standing here, you're blocking the man.
One of the biggest challenges for a competitor is getting in the right mental state. And that I just love working with people on that, because when you walk onto the floor, it's like your whole body has to be in the right state to be able to execute the movements efficiently, be, breathing and everything with your partner and being in sync, waiting, listening to the music, coordinating with the other couples around the floor. I mean, that's a huge thing when the floor gets really crowded and you have to weave in and out of the couples. So that's something that, every competitor needs to work on.
Crossover, 1, 2, stretch those arms, guys.
I started for 2 reasons. The first thing was I was turning 50. And I wanted to it was before the whole bucket list thing, so I think I invented the bucket list. So I wanted to do things that year. I wanted to make it my golden year. So one thing I wanted to do was learn to dance. And then the other thing was my niece was getting married and her fiance was Cuban. And I was told that I wasn't allowed to dance at the wedding because I was embarrassing. So I figured I would go to the wedding and I would surprise them with my dancing abilities. And they ended up not getting married. So I got the gift of dance, which I definitely considered, definitely it's a gift. It's 2 years ago, April 28th, I had a massive heart attack. So on top of all of that, in the past, since May, I lost 80 pounds. So I think with exercise, you have to find something that you love, otherwise you're not going to do it. And for me, I love dancing, and that's why I stick to it.
I'm a martial arts instructor and a personal fitness trainer. And so I've been taking the dancing just to help round out some of the edges I get from the fighting technique. It helps develop the subtleties I need in my movement skills. I'm going through the same emotions because you're looking to win. Gotta be at your top and gotta be in great shape, maintain all that focus that you still do in fighting competitions, but you're doing it a little more subtly because you're holding a woman close by and you're trying to stay on time with the music. And so it's a little bit different, but still the same in terms of focus and balance, maintaining a rhythm. It works both ways. The martial arts helps my dancing, the dancing helps my martial arts, because if I know how to put a person on balance, I can also take them off balance.
The reason that I joined Stephanie's Dance with Us is I was dating Ian. That was our first date. He took me out dancing and we went ballroom dancing. He taught me the basics of everything in 2 hours. And so he invited me the next day to come to the studio. So I've been here, just dancing. You know what, we all just have fun with one another and we all make mistakes, and especially I'm dancing alongside people that have, Ian's been dancing for 15 years. So to dance alongside him you have to just be able to laugh at yourself when you make mistakes. Everybody does. But Stephanie really is a good way of uniting everybody and incorporating all levels of dance into one class so that everybody can really feel comfortable.
I've been doing competitive ballroom for about 14 years. We've been dancing together for about 8 months. We just started competing together a couple months ago. Well, it is a different kind of class than a social class would be, because even though not everybody in there is necessarily going to compete, Stephanie teaches that way, so that everybody can. She focuses a lot on the details of where your weight is, you know, what are you doing with your feet, your ankles, everything that you wouldn't necessarily worry about in a social class where you're learning the steps and the music primarily.
There's no age restriction. Part of that is because the skills are not, you don't have to do a backflip. You don't have to like get on ice skates and try to like, you know, I mean, everything is doable, everything's possible, and because it's choreography, we can choreograph to the bodies.
Right now I'm only competing in American Rhythm. I love competing. Yes, I love competing. I need to have an enemy.